listening to some pretty jazzy, kind of soulful and slow, like sexy kind of evening music. I was just dancing with myself to that, and I was using a lot of the movements that I've learned from bachata, where it's traditional hip movements, and then moving on into more like bachata sensual, where you've got all of these more like technical circular movements with their hips, with their upper body, isolations. It's there's a lot more of like a complicated array of movements that you can do from a very close hold position in bachata. But if you were to just translate that kind of technique, the leading and the following, I'll get into that, the leading and the following, the connection, I'll get into that in a bit, but the whole technical aspect of close body bachata sensual, you can apply to just any music, any dancing. You could listen to some sexy music that doesn't seem to have like anything resembling bachata, because it's less about dancing on the spot, like stepping. We're not stepping, we're just using elevation, and we're using timing, and we're using quick, and we're using slow, and we're using like sharp and then soft. We're using all of these elements in a pretty much static place, and then you can build up, and then you can also implement those in a transportational form, because you can navigate the dance floor with a really good connection using these kind of isolations, because you're driving the hip, you're leading little movements that facilitate you being able to transfer your weight from one foot to another, i.e. walking. So in order to traverse, you need to be able to lead those indications to your follower, so that you're not just tripping over yourselves. So then you just move perfectly as one. And I think that is an art form of a dance. Like that's like a new style of dance, to be able to do that. And it completely breaks through any kind of ties to any kind of music genre. And so as that, like bachata, as the music genre of bachata has evolved, it's taken on completely different sensations and feelings, and the music has changed a lot. So the dance form has to kind of like evolve with the music. It's hand in hand. And so then people question, well, what's bachata anymore? Well, things evolve. And I think a new dance form can evolve from my experiences with dancing close hold bachata, but then really being musically playful. And that's the key. I mean, there are several keys really. That and connection are the main two. But using the principles that you've learned throughout the forms of bachata, apply them with like a kizomba flavor almost, in that you're listening for the interesting parts in the music. Even if it sounds boring, you can move slowly and smoothly, and then all of a sudden, that's not boring. That's really like tasty. And it's got flavor. It's just oozing with character and flavor, because you're being a conduit for the music. The music, if it's good quality, makes you want to dance. And when you know how to dance in little isolations of the hip and the movement and different formations, you're able to actually dance well with your body. Your body is able to express how it feels and express all the nuances that they hear in the music. And so your body's better equipped to do that. And if the follower, so this is from a leader point, because we're leading ourselves. We are absolutely leading every part of our body in ourselves in order to dance by ourselves. But then when it comes to partner dance, there's the follower role as well. So if you're both really vibing the music and know how to make yourselves dance, then you can't really have a two-leader dynamic. One kind of has to follow. It's not to say that the follower doesn't have any space for personal interpretation. They do. But it needs to be within the confines of their role in the partner dance, because otherwise you literally will just be tripping over each other and very disconnected from each other. And then you might as well not even be partner dancing. So, yeah, that's... Okay, maybe I should think about a name for this kind of new dance form. And going back to previous considerations about becoming a bachata teacher or being an instructor and running workshops rather than being more of an established teacher trying to, cut their own slice out of the pie. This ties in really well to that side, that kind of angle that I could approach the market and say that I am teaching dance form. And I've created this flavor for myself. And you can come and I'll show you what I know. And I'll show you how we can play with it and all the different variations we can do. And I'll show you how, with a follower who's able to connect well enough, when they tune into your physical frequency, then you can make magic happen. And it all just comes from like a really good connection from the follower, really. Yeah, I could teach my students all of that. And then so I'm not stepping on anyone's toes when it comes to bachata. Because I'm taking what I know from bachata, but I won't call it bachata. This is like when someone like... what's his face? The hip-hop style guy from Bachata. God, what are the names again? Gatika and him. What's his... Gatika and... God damn it, what's his name? Anyway, that guy. Devin? Kelvin? Delvin? Something like that. God damn it. I'm so embarrassed. Oh my God. Melvin and Gatika. God damn it. Melvin and Gatika. God, that took forever. Yes, so back on point. Someone like Melvin, who's coming from a strong kind of urban hip-hop, street dance, pa, 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 very energetic and poppy and modern. Like that is super modern and cool and urban. When he brings that style that he already has as a background coming into bachata, then of course he's going to inject a lot of that flavor. Right? But that's coming from pre-established forms. So, what if the thing coming out of bachata, out of me, is I've been inspired by bachata, but this is now a new form, and it's more akin to that kind of like urban style of dancing, but you're able to do it in a close body position, so you're able to partner dance. Whereas those urban dance forms, they typically are solo. You can have groups and you can have choreographies, but typically it's solo because they never would have that close partner dance, because the urban kind of modern forms of dancing, it's just pure self-expression. And so it doesn't even try to have a partner dance like we do in the Latin dances. So now there's a new form that's being born. I wonder what it should be called. But yeah, and this new form is like a new form of dirty dancing. It's like technical dirty dancing. But we can dance however we want to whatever music we want. So the dance form is not linked to a music style. So what can we call that?